Ladies, if you feel invisible to these type of men, it's because they have seen something in you that disqualifies you.
How would a woman today stand out in an environment that's overly sexualized? It's pushed for them to be like very highly transactional with men. And it seems like the culture is like celebrating the worst, like ghetto ratchet behavior, like in people. How would a woman today try to stand out when she's got a lot of the sisterhood kind of pushing a lot of like the ratchet, toxic city girl lifestyle stuff? How would she stand out in your opinion?
See, that's another question where I'm drawing a little bit of a blank. And I
Mhm.
understand, I grew up in a small town, immigrant family, nuclear family. So all I know is my upbringing. So I have to try and really put myself in a position, okay, well, Maggie, not everybody had that. But
Mhm.
for me, it's not so much what you do, because sometimes women ask that question, okay, tell me what to do. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? A lot of times it's what we don't do. So, for example, I don't have friends that are, you know, living that type of city girl lifestyle. Even if I tried to befriend one of them, we would never really get along. I could be cordial, I could be pleasant to them,
Mhm.
but I either intentionally or unintentionally don't attract or don't keep around people who are chaotic like that. My man won't tolerate it, but even I don't even get a thrill from that. Um, when I see that type of bad behavior, I always say you can learn what to do, but you can also learn what not to do from watching other people. And so
Mhm.
I can see someone dressing inappropriately and they think they look great and watch the other people around them, give them the eye. And I'm like, aha, okay, don't do that, Maggie. Um, I think, how do you stand out for the right reason? We just have to say right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't know why we got to blur the lines. Well, it's okay. No, it's not. It's foolishness. And I don't have any problem. Call me what you want to call me. I do not care. But I don't understand why we can't say that is not a good representation of us. And it's not all of
Mhm.
us. We know
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
I think it's some of the loudest of us. And I think it benefits other people to make us think all of us are like that, but
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
not.
Nah, I agree with that for sure. Where where can the women that are trying to live and stay away from a lot of the behaviors and lifestyles that you're warning them about, when they are the women that they're supposed to be, where are they to find the good men? Because that's the biggest complaint. Where's all the good men? And of course, we can reverse it as well when it comes to men. Where can they find these women? But like, where are these men, and how can they find them?
Well, with respect, I would have to disagree that women aren't supposed to find men. That's actually very masculine to go out on the hunt.
Hmm.
I think the question is, where can these women be found? And
Oh,
this is
okay.
going to hurt, but ladies, if you feel invisible to these type of men, it's because they have seen something in you that disqualifies you.
You know what? Hold on a second. I can't tell you how often it is that, and I agree with you that it's really not about them trying to find him. It's that if they're around, if they're available, they've already seen enough to let them know you ain't the one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. Yeah. Yeah.
We have
Keep going. Keep cooking. I'm sorry. Continue cooking.
No, it's fine. It's one of these things where, this modern culture where we started doing this thing where everybody's equal and you're just a person. No, there's a reason why I lead with masculinity and femininity. We are biologically wired very different. And when we blur those and say a man is whatever he wants to be and a woman is whatever she wants to be, it really discounts the hard wiring that we have. So, with that, a man is hardwired to be on the hunt.
Yeah.
Watch a man, any man that you know, when they're in a space, they're always scanning the room. And I tell the women in the finishing school, the reason why is we have developed as humans, men especially, have to be able to assess the risk at all times. If somebody's coming over the horizon, is that friend and foe, friend or foe? Do I
Yeah.
get the whip? Do I get the weapon? Send the women and the children off to safety? And do I need to fight to the death? Or is this, a trader or somebody that could be useful to me? So men are always scanning, men are always hunting. And
Mhm.
ladies, when you stand out for the right reasons, it's not long before men are like, she got a man? Is she spoken for?
Mhm.
Whose girl is that? That's just how men are. So
Yes.
you don't really have to do anything to get their attention. Of course, be pleasant, speak, make eye contact, all of the cordial things that we talk about. But I hate to say it, but the good ones, we don't stay single for long. And I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but I think, again, it's so out of order where women think I can do whatever I want to do for as long as I want to do it. And when I see him, oh yeah, let me get all cleaned up and prettied up and lower my voice. And now he's really, he hasn't seen the likes of me yet. It's too late. He's
Mhm.
already seen you. Because the other thing women misunderstand about men don't just run in head first. As women, we are impulsive, we are chaotic, we are emotional. If we feel it, we're going to act on it. If we think it, we're going to say it. Men have learned that that type of action could cost them their life.
Yes.
So they don't move like that. So men always wait and observe, and they are watching for consistency. So if you think you're going to do it, as my man says, one time in a row and knock his socks off, you're wrong. You haven't even started to take the test. He's going to watch for a while and see how you continually show up. So, of course, yes, you can make yourself attractive and, all those things. But I don't think the women that show up as really relationship ready and are all those three things, of course, take care of yourself, but are feminine, agreeable, and supportive, men snatch them up because they are
Mhm.
rare. So I say, don't go hunting for men. Of course, tell your network, let people know that, you're single and don't want to be, but you got to get over your ego and your pride and realize men do the asking.
Yeah.
So they're the ones looking.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's crazy. And ladies, you got to think about it. If you're not getting the outcomes you want and your girlfriends are co-signing everything and saying, you go girl, and I love that outfit and this and that, they're not really your friends. They're not really your friends. Steve Harvey, he had came up with the book Think Like a Man. And although I didn't read it, that concept of you spend so much time being influenced by all these other women who don't even have the outcomes you want. It's the men that have the ring. It's the men that you actually want to be in a relationship with and want to have children with. And you're focused on what your girlfriends are thinking.
Hmm.
Come
And
on,
you
yeah.
don't want to marry those girlfriends. So to get some tangible advice, again,
Mhm.
I promote, I will say, young marriage. I don't think it's young. I mean, at 25, I felt like I beat the buzzer because I didn't want to be
Mhm.
close to 30. You all are good and grown doing whatever you want to do. But in those first few years out of high school and college, Kevin Samuel said that is the time when you are going to be in the most proximity of the type of men that you're going to want. A lot of times women wait until that man has achieved. It's too late.
Yeah.
I'm with the man that I'm with because he knew me young, he had the best of me young, and now we can sail off into the sunset. But those first few jobs, those first few, whether it's school or those hobbies that you have, that young energy that you have should be helping you seal the deal and then going off and building a life. Once you get into your 30s and 40s and almost 50s, life kind of comes routine and it's harder. Is it impossible? No, but you're going to have to go to those, conferences and events and networking things and talk to people. You're going to have to be more proactive where honestly, for me, it's, hi, I'm Margaret. Want to study together, or, at work, somebody's like, does she have a boyfriend? Or coming up to me, you got a boyfriend? And the rest is
Mhm.
history.